Hi, I'm Lee Harris and I'm an intuitive, and every month I take the pulse on what's going on collectively and what might be showing up for you in the month to come. So in this month's energy update for June, we're going to look at three main topics. How the energy right now is the perfect storm for healing, for elevation. How anger is going to be coming up as fuel for change and creating revolution in our lives, in the world. And last but not least, how full circle moments, dreams, synchronicities are all feeding into this really strong creational energy on the planet at the moment. Stay tuned for the full update. Hi everyone, this is a very quick message because I do not want to disturb the energy update for you, but when I recorded it, I completely forgot to mention something that was very important. On June 3rd, I am doing a free live broadcast called 7 Ways to Welcome Abundance, and you are invited. So we're going to put the link on the screen here as to where you would go to sign up for this. Don't panic if you can't be there live, you will get the replay, but in order to be part of the broadcast, we need you to go to this link that we're going to put on the screen. So 7 Ways to Welcome Abundance is on June 3rd. It's in celebration of my new course, Abundance Upshift, which comes out on June 5th, and which there will be a trailer for at the very end of the energy update. So for now, that's all from me. Enjoy the update. Hi, welcome to the update for June, and before I dive into anything, I have to ask you, how are you doing right now? Because it certainly continues to be fast, ferocious, and very illuminating down here on the planet in terms of energetics. And so those of you that are energetically sensitive, awake, conscious to what's going on at a planetary level, you will have been feeling it, and May continued this theme that we've been seeing for many, many months and even years now of fast elevation, fast change, deep, deep healing. And so there were some real knock you off your feet moments in May. And that leads me to the first main theme for the month of June, which is we are in a time right now which is the perfect storm alchemically for healing and for elevation. So this means the continuing release and resolution of issues that we might have. So that could show up for you as suddenly being able to resolve something in yourself around a past issue, or having a very real healing moment with someone from your past, or an incident from your past that you get to see or feel differently about. So the healing energy is really strong at the moment, and that is directly linked to elevation. We are in times of elevation, and it's undeniable, but often what happens to us before we elevate is we contract. So those of you that know me and know my work, you'll hear me talk about this principle of contraction before expansion. It's kind of like when we go like this, right before we have a breakthrough, and we walk into a whole new level, a whole new way of being. I often equate it to little kids who are very excited to go to a party, and they're talking about it for the whole week, and they're all excited, and the day that their parent or guardian walks them in the door for the party, they stand against the wall shy and they don't quite know what to do with themselves. But give it 10 minutes when they adjust and they let themselves go into this big expansive community experience, it's going to be hard to get them away at the end. So remember that this is going on for everybody. It's not just that you're having moments of depression or doubt or fear, it's that those energies inside your own body are looking to leave, they're looking to move out, they're asking you, are you willing to go a bit further? Are you willing to go a bit deeper? Are you willing to become something you've never become before? It's interesting, this path of growth. You know, even for those of us who are passionate about self-growth being part of our journey, we want change and we fear change as human beings. There is a safety in the pattern, there is a safety in the known. And boy oh boy, in 2019, we are not seeing much safety in our known world, whether that's to do with the environment, to do with the systems, to do with government. It's all changing, and it was always going to be changing. Prophecies have talked about this for a long time. So how do we deal with it on a day-to-day basis? Well, we look at this perfect storm for healing, and we wonder and get curious about what we're being asked to elevate into. So if all your stuff is up about heartbreak and wounded relationships, you can just circle around that. Sure, you can feel it, you can talk to your friend about it, or you can get curious about why this is rising in you. Life is calling you forward, and it's asking you to get to a new place around relationships. So it might be readying yourself and taking actions to step into a new partnership. Or hey, it might be that you go, you know what, I think I'm done with intimate partnership. I've kind of done it. I don't think I'm going to put my focus, my attention there anymore. I'm just going to live, and I'm going to see where I can find love in other ways. That's not me prescribing for you. That's just me reminding you that we don't always know where we're being led. Our soul knows where we're going, and part of the joy of being human, and sometimes the unease of being human, is we don't always know what's calling us forward. But if we follow what we're feeling, and we listen, and we pay attention to the signs, the people that come into our life, and how we feel from moment to moment, and get back to that sensory way of being that so many of us were discouraged out of by our society, if we start to re-own that sensory, intuitive way of being, we start to get back on our soul path and to become who we are here to become, to do what we are here to do, and to be who we are here to be for others as well as for ourselves. That leads me to the other point for this month. We're seeing a lot of full circle moments, and this isn't just in June. This has been going on for many months, and it will continue to be part of the path for the next year or so. But you might be seeing yourself coming full circle in life with talents, dreams, desires, abilities. There might be some things that you'd put away and thought were forgotten, or thought weren't really the right time, or just you're going to let it go, and suddenly it comes back into your life. Somebody offers you an opportunity or a collaboration, or somebody asks you out on a date when you thought you'd completely given up on dating. There's a lot of sweet heart energy reconnecting us to our soul's heart and the dream in our soul's heart, which we all have. You know, our souls are here to create. We're here to create as much beauty and harmony on this planet as we can. Yeah, even this planet, which, as we all know, has as much disharmony and dis-ease and problems as it does harmony and balance. But for those of you who feel compelled to be creators of more harmony and balance, either for your own life or, as most of you watching this probably will be, for the lives of others and for the world at large, because that lights you up to see harmony appearing, these full circle moments are going to be coming in strongly and more rapidly in the coming months. So pay attention for the synchronicities, and if you feel the dream in your heart rising, don't be surprised if some wounding comes up. I had a similar thing this month. Something came back on the table that I thought I'd left a long time ago, and I noticed as I could feel it coming in, I also caught the part of my mind that was like, oh, I don't know if this can work because it didn't work last time. That's what I mean. That's the healing aspect that's coming in for all of us as we move into these passions, these desires. And I know a lot of you right now are very much in the camp of, I don't know what I want to do. I'm got no idea, and I feel purposeless, and I feel adrift. Remember, it's no different to, I'll use again this relationship example. There must be a lot of you going through relationship breakups and connections at the moment because it keeps coming up. You know, you have a breakup with somebody, you usually need a period to acclimatize, assimilate, figure out what you need to let go of, figure out what you need to learn from, celebrate what was in that relationship before you go on to the next one. So for many of you who might feel purposeless, if you track back your last 6 to 12 months, you've probably made some big moves in your life. You've either physically changed things, or you've been aware that you're feeling disconnected from certain ways of being, relationships, jobs you're in. So you're halfway there. So just stay curious, stay open, and don't let your fear and our natural need to control as human beings, because it's our way of keeping ourselves safe, right? Don't let your fear and your need to control make you think something's going wrong. I'm a big believer in life is happening for us, not to us. I know many of you are as well. And that's really important to remember, that even when we're in tough lessons, tough experiences, there is something we can't yet see that is trying to break through. And I can feel a lot of you are in that moment of, I don't know where I'm going. Don't worry, you will. You can't stay there for long. And so just remain curious and open, try things, go with opportunities that come up, because you're going to see that things are going to progress pretty fast, because there is a lot of creational and community energy happening on the planet. I've talked about this over recent updates. The desire and the ability to create new things in the world, to form new relationships, that's very strong right now, but so too is the desire to be in community and bring communities together and harness the power of communities to effect not just change, but love and peace and harmony. Sound like a 70s hippie, which you know, is funny, isn't it? Because we often talk about hippie in a denigrating way, and I certainly growing up, I would hear people go, oh, hippie. And I always thought, wow, I totally love the values of what people will put into the category of being as a hippie, and yet what I'm loving is I'm seeing that no longer be this segregated group. I'm seeing it begin to permeate in society, because as more and more people are breaking down emotionally and going, oh my God, what the hell's going on the planet? Hang on a second, this doesn't look good, this doesn't look right. It's shaking and waking everybody up emotionally inside. So some of you will be looking to make some big changes right now, and you'll find figuring out what you need for self-care, figuring out how to support yourself, your health, your well-being, your nutrition, your relationship to your body, your relationship to your life. Those things are really going to help you with this elevation focus that we're in. One other thing that came up very strongly is anger as a release and as a fuel for change. So don't be surprised if, as you're going through this healing storm, that anger is coming up for some of you in a surprising way. Now, those of you who are the experts with anger, who anger is kind of your go-to, this won't relate to you guys so much. But for those of you who feel you may have been a bit deficient in anger, or it's not your immediate emotion when you're in one of the states that's less desirable, you know, maybe you normally go to sadness or grief or fear, you might be surprised that anger is running through your system. This is a couple of things. Number one, we're in very electrically charged times energetically. So people are having a lot of electrical energy pulsing through their system, a lot more kundalini, and anger can be a real flush, and it can be a real boundary, and it can be a real change agent. Fear, sadness, grief, they tend to be more passive, more introverted, things that we have to sit back with. But anger can be something that leads us forward. So long as you're not whacking people over the head left, right and center, or using your anger abusively or destructively to other people, if you're just feeling a flush of anger in yourself about your life, don't worry, it's you waking up and shaking up. And that is really what this whole time is about, this perfect storm of healing and elevation that we are in. Because I've said this before, and I keep being asked to say this over and over again, this is a time of an enormous amount of light pouring onto the planet. It's also why we're seeing this real roar around control and domination playing out in the world too. But the light that's amplifying on the planet is raising that frequency in opposition. So stay with what's true for you. Keep doing the work that you feel to do. And I don't just mean your career, I mean the part of you that wants to support, wants to lend your activism, lend your voice, whatever it is for you. We're all slightly different in that way. But between us, we can continue to help bridge this illumination, because all of us are lightening up, and we've never been through this before. It's new for all of us, and some days it's challenging and scary, and other days it's euphoric and peaceful. So as you either go deeper into that journey that you're already on that I just described, or if you're hearing me going, oh, it's euphoric, I haven't hit that Lee, it will come. It will come. And it comes the more you stay with this process. So sending you lots of love for the month of June, and thanks for tuning in. For those of you who are in Denver or London or anywhere near those places, so Denver, Colorado and London, England, I am going to be live in those places. I'm coming to Denver, Colorado on June the 8th to do an evening called Energy Speaks in support of my book, Energy Speaks, and I'll be bringing an intuitive message, channeling, answering questions. We're also going to live stream that event. So if you can't get to one of my live events, but you would like to be there, check it out at the links that we'll put below. London, I'm doing a full one-day workshop called Intuitive Power, and I can't wait. It's been 2 years since I've done any live events in London, so can't wait to be with you, those of you that are coming to London. In the portal this month, which is my members club, we have a brand new MP3 for you. It's called Other Timelines, Other Lives. It's a really deep channel from the Z's, and it has sound healing in it too. So there's a song and sound healing as ever from Davor Bazik, and you'll really enjoy that. And last but not least, I'm thrilled to announce that starting on June the 5th, my Abundance Upshift course is coming out, and I'm going to play you the trailer for that right now. So stay tuned, just a few more seconds, and I'll give you a taste of what Abundance Upshift is all about. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Please subscribe if you're on YouTube, like and comment and share wherever you feel to. It all supports what I do and what we're doing on the planet. So thank you so much. Here is the trailer for Abundance Upshift. Abundance is such an interesting word, and yet so often we don't always know what it means or what it means for us, and it can be such an emotional area for us to look at. So from my perspective, abundance is being able to appreciate what we have in life, being able to not feel that we don't have enough, or to not be in scarcity in our experience of resources, and to not be living in fear of the flow of abundance, a lack of abundance, or traumatized by past events around money, material resources. So it's complex, and I have just scratched the surface. But over the 15 years that I have worked with people as an intuitive guide, transformation coach, and a channeler, I have come up against this issue of abundance over and over again with people as being one of the areas that strikes fear and dread into our bodies. And I too have had my experiences as I have grown through the years with my own abundance in life, my experience of it, the manifestation of it around me. I too have had those moments where you're worried about the tax bill, or how you're going to pay the rent, or is everything going to be okay even though right now it doesn't look okay. So there are many things that I've personally learned in my own abundance journey over the past 20 years, but there are also key things that I have seen that hold us back as individuals and as a collective. So that is why I created Abundance Upshift. It's a course designed to help you go through your experience of abundance in life, enhance the areas that you feel you need to, take a deep dive into some areas that perhaps traditionally for you are a little scary, whether it's money history, the shadow of past events. I will be there to support and guide you through the process step by step. And I've created the course to be very user-friendly. I know that many of us these days don't have the time to commit to things, so each of these videos and these modules have been broken down into short, achievable viewing times, so that you can either go through the course all in one go and you could complete the whole thing in 7 days, or you could space it out as long as you wish and go back to certain videos and certain modules as refreshers. So think of it as your personal trainer around abundance. That is what I've designed this course to be. It features a channel called Ambassadors of Abundance, so wisdom from my guides about how we are all ambassadors of abundance. It features Stephen Washington, Qigong and wellness instructor, who will help you to align your body, your soul, your mind around an abundant reality for you in your future. And I will take you through several different areas. We'll look at money history, we'll look at intentions and the future of you and abundance. We will look at manifesting, but we will also look at your intentions, your beliefs, and your actions up close and personal. Because that triad, intentions, beliefs, and actions, can be the superpower for your circumstances, for your past, and take you to where you want to go. So I hope you will join me and Stephen for Abundance Upshift. It's a 7-day journey. It begins on June 5th, and we have a special price if you join before that time. It will be available after at a higher price. So if you can be in the first group to go through the Abundance Upshift together and be part of our community of support that will be fostered through our private Facebook group and the private online members area, we would love to see you for Abundance Upshift. If you'd like to know more about what's in the course, please visit the course page. I've broken it all down there, and you can read about everything we have, including the wonderful bonus interviews that feature Mike Dooley, Nikki Pattinson, and Sarah Landon, who are each going to share their own experiences, learnings, and lessons around abundance and having abundant lives. You are allowed to take things to the next level. And when you do that in your life, you're going to see that you can have a ripple effect on everyone around you. And that is a reason to do it, more so than even your own personal desires, to be free of struggle when it comes to abundance. Hope to see you in there. Thanks for tuning in.